Okay, so the question is about seeing if your fitness score in TrainingPeaks go down while you're on a break, and how much fitness are you actually losing. So I'm going to back up and just say that fitness score is a made-up thing. That's a term that TrainingPeaks, it's a word that TrainingPeaks assigned to a very specific metric, but this number does not represent your fitness. And the fact that they have decided to assign this word to describe this metric is really unfortunate, because I think all of us are going to have a little bit of an emotional connection to the word fitness. And so we don't want to see this number going down. We only want to see it going up. That's not reality. So I guess I would just point out the fact that calling it your fitness score is not accurate. And so as soon as you are able to see this as simply your chronic training load, your CTL, then I think you can be a little bit more emotionally separated from this metric. So your chronic training load, your CTL, what TrainingPeaks has decided not accurately to call your fitness score is it's a weighted average of your most recent 6 weeks of training. And that weighting is weighted towards the more recent portion of that 6 weeks. And so if you're on a break and you've been on a break for a week, maybe 2 weeks, well, those most recent week to 2 weeks are going to be really heavily weighting this number. That doesn't mean that your fitness is affected in this exact way. So I would just encourage you to think of this as simply your chronic training load. I mean, that goes for the other acronyms that they have too, form and fatigue, I guess. Acute training load, ATL, I think they term that fatigue. TSB, training stress balance, they refer to as form. I would just start to learn these acronyms and think of them as the acronyms and not the descriptive words. But particularly, I think the word fitness has we have a little bit of an emotional reaction to that word. So given that it is only an average of your TSS scores for the most recent 6 weeks, it's missing all kinds of historical data. We know that historical data plays a huge role in endurance fitness, and the years of base are really important, but this is not capturing that at all. We also know that we build fitness in like a stair-step fashion. So you're gonna build, drop down a little bit, build more, drop down a little bit. It's a stair step. And so given that we know that, you can think of the off-season break as simply a larger step down. It's necessary, it's needed. That is how we build fitness. And it's important that we shed all the fatigue that we've accumulated over the course of a hard year of training in that off-season break. So it's simply a larger step down that is a critical piece of that stair step up. We do not build fitness in like a linear progression. It has to be this stair step. The harder that you work in the course of a season, the more that break is needed. I happen to know that you worked very hard, and it's really important that you're getting some rest right now. So in short, no, do not worry about this. It is really kind of exaggerating your recent break from activity. But I would say, I think it will help you to go back and view this much more as chronic training load, CTL, and have a little bit of a less emotional reaction to this number.